Alrighty, yes, I'm here. Hello there, good evening, Ghana, good evening, world. My name is Cookie, and I just want to thank you for tuning in one more time to Lifestyles on GHOne TV. I'm excited about tonight's discussion, and you're going to be finding out why in no time. Now, it's been said a number of times that a great marriage is not when the perfect couple comes together. So if marriage in itself has nothing to do with perfection, why do we break our backs, bend over and backwards for a ceremony that lasts just for a day, just one day? So we are looking for perfection in everything. I want a perfect wedding. Many a girl once in their lifetime have made the statement. So we fight, we crave, and we are cringing for the perfect hair, perfect makeup, perfect dress. The tuxedo must be on point. The decor, the pastor's message has to be the highlight of the day. Photography, there's even what they call pre-wedding photo shoot. I'm sure you know about it. The flowers must be exquisite. Everything must be perfect. But at the end of the day, after that one day ceremony, vendors are running helter-skelter after newlyweds just for their monies. Where is this pressure coming from? Is this pressure innate? Is it from the society? Is it from the church? Where is this sort of pressure from? Is it from social media? Tonight we are discussing wedding ceremonies, all the cost that comes with it, that has become an albatross actually hanging on the necks of some of you watching right now. And I'm happy. Today, it's an all-man affair on the couch. I'm the only lady here, so please say a prayer for me. Hi, gentlemen. We've already been having a good time before we even came live, and I'm so glad that you joined me. Bafo, you're my guy.
Hi.
You're my guy. So he is a wedding planner, and his name is... I'll have to call you Bafo. Should we just stick to the Bafo?
Yeah, Bafo is fine.
Bafo is fine, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll stick to Bafo. And then in the middle, Pastor Apostolic Empowerment Ministries. Yes, and Bafo and Ketia Sapon is the one in the corner right now. So, and later on the show, we are going to be joined by Alexandrina. She is a makeup artist, because we can't talk about weddings without talking about makeup, right? No. It's important.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be talking to Alexa. Oh, she's here already? Okay, so we'll be talking to Alexandrina. She's already watching. She has joined us on Zoom. Hi, Alexa.
Hi. Hello, guys.
You look good as always. Good to have you on with us. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Cookie. And I wish I was there, but thank you, gentlemen, for joining. I can't wait for the exciting discussion today.
All right. So it's not bad after all. At least there are two women here, so it's okay. The equation is just fine. We'll do just fine. All right, now, Bafo, you know, I'm actually confused right now, but I think I'm going to come to you first. You do the decor. You are the people who charge 30,000, 50,000, 70,000. Bafo, what's the highest you've charged for decor before? What's the highest?
I can't remember. It depends. It depends. We could take 30, 20, 10,000. It could come to 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so it could come to 3,000.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
3,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so let me ask you, is there anything like a perfect wedding?
There's nothing called perfect.
You haven't had one before? You haven't organized one perfect wedding?
I have organized one just recently.
Okay, and it was perfect.
It was classic. It was perfect.
What were the elements that made it classic?
And let me say, everything was on point.
What everything means?
Everything means the decor, the makeup, the photography, everything. Eventually, I did all the events, being from decor to food.
Okay.
You know, so everything was coming from me. Okay. So I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So there are chairs. We had different chairs for the engagement, different chairs for the wedding ceremony, and different.
Hold on. different chairs for the engagement,
different chairs for the wedding, the church ceremony, and different chairs for the
reception.
Yeah, the glam chairs for the reception. Yeah.
What did you say? Glam chairs.
Glam chairs. Yeah.
Mr. O, a requirement, Anna.
Yeah. So yes, you could get a client that's like, I want a glam. Yeah.
So they gave you the term.
Yeah.
Glam.
We want a glam reception. So the glam has a glam setup, glam chairs and everything.
Right.
That's what it goes.
So how much did they incur? Not we. I wasn't part.
With their wedding was about 100,000.
GHC.
Yeah.
Ghana cedis. 100,000.
Yeah.
Ghana cedis.
Yeah. When it comes to everything that they did.
100,000 Ghana in today's Ghana.
Yeah. Okay. From what came to me, I didn't do the.
So that's exclusive of dress. Rings,
makeup,
hair, makeup, exclusive of that one.
Yeah.
Yours was just the decor.
Oh, no, the decor, food, music, photography.
So that was 100,000.
And drinks. Yeah.
So for you, in your estimation, that's what you call a perfect wedding. So a perfect wedding actually exists. Somebody in your eyes, it was perfect, but maybe it could be imperfect
to
for somebody else.
That's why I'm saying there's nothing perfect.
Okay.
I might see it as perfect, but someone goes, oh, we did it.
Okay.
They've done nothing. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. Now, you are the photographer, Obobi.
Yeah.
And sometime 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we didn't even know anything about pre-wedding photo shoots.
Yeah.
And the last 5 years, 3 years, it became a craze. And if you're about to get married, you need pre-wedding photo shoots. Where did this idea come from?
Well, I think we borrowed it from other cultures.
Okay.
From, let's say, foreign cultures.
Okay.
But it's a way of announcing the event. Okay. It's a way of making the people know that, okay, this is about to happen. So you save the dates for that event.
All right.
Yeah.
So it was just you get a card that says save the date.
Oh, I don't think there was any invitation card.
There was nothing.
Yes, there were invitation cards, but you write invitation card. Chume sample for family and from Nankita family.
Right.
So you get a hard copy of the invitation, but now you don't get hard copy, soft copy.
Okay.
You do the photo shoots with numerous and different dresses, with poses and other things to create that one. You send it through WhatsApps and other things. So
and
you don't do much
on social media.
Social media.
That place, the social media, no.
The invitation you do to social media. That's what they want.
So what? You guys tell me. I'll come to the pastor later. We'll get into the church later. So what? Now the invitation letter has to make it to the gram. It has to be on Facebook. It has to circulate on WhatsApp. For everybody to see.
Yeah, on group pages, secondary school, university pages, for people to know that, hey,
the digital media.
This person is having his wedding. So it goes to, let's say, 50 people, 100 people at a go.
Wow.
And it needs to be beautiful.
It has to be top.
It needs to be catchy. So they had to go for new jeans. Maybe they go for Arsenal tops with sneakers and everything.
Sometimes his and hers t-shirts. Yes, I see. I was made for him. He was made for me. All
my
those.
soul mates. So
I'm stealing his name because he stole my heart.
Oh my goodness.
They do say we are ours.
So that means that you need to bring t-shirt vendors in there as well. Those who do the t-shirts with all the inscriptions on there, you need to bring them. So how stressful are these photo shoots? Tell me.
Well, they can be very stressful. It's all according to how the client wants their pre-wedding to be.
A certain location. The pictures must be somewhere.
Yes.
Describe to me some of the things that people look out for in their photos.
Well, people want perfection.
That's the word.
They want their skin to look flawless.
So you have to airbrush the photos.
You have to retouch it. We call it retouch.
Okay.
So after editing, you retouch the photos. So you have to make it look perfect. Like the person hasn't sinned before.
Or they don't even have any scars on them or anything.
No.
Wow.
You have to clean them all. Yeah.
So that's what goes on with the pre. So that's different. Before we come to the main event.
The main event.
So what do you cover? You cover the engagement, you cover the wedding ceremony, the reception, and then what else?
I think some also come for a Sunday service.
Sunday, and those are separate pictures.
Yeah, those are separate.
And I know that sometimes, even after the reception, they need to go back into the studio to go and take the photos.
Yeah.
But these days, they actually keep us waiting. They go and take those photos. They change before they come.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It is coming. All these elements that we are looking for. All right, let me actually go to Alexandrina before I come to you. She is the makeup lady. Hi, Alexandrina.
Hi, Cookie.
Are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So let's talk wedding makeup. Is there anything like a special wedding type of makeup? Is there something like that?
So myself, I treat all my brides extra special. They are the special ladies for the day.
Okay.
I think that brides carry a lot of stress. All this striving for perfection comes with a lot of stress for all the parties involved, including the vendors.
Okay.
But I always feel really sensitive towards the bride. So I like to pamper them and give them the most luxurious service I can. And yes, because the bride goes through so much stress and the different kind of maybe air conditioning, or maybe it's hot on the day, or it might be raining, they are dancing quite well into the night, So the makeup application is always a little bit more special, because they still want to look flawless, look beautiful, and they want it to last throughout the day. Some of them actually even sleep and wake up the next morning.
I was told.
It's a secret.
I was told. I was going to ask you about it, though. I was really going to ask you about that one. It's an open secret. Almost all the ladies know that. Almost all the ladies know. Wow, I see.
Obviously, I advise them to wash it off. I don't think it's advisable, but some of them want to make the most of their looks and how they feel, and then they wear it, maybe change a lipstick the next day for church service. Although they send it to me, although I tell them I don't think it's good for your skin, but it's too late most of the time.
All right. Alexandrina, you remember when Meghan Markle was getting married? I'm sure you saw videos and you saw photos, right? Her makeup was one very subtle makeup. It was almost as if she wasn't wearing anything on her face, and everybody was wowed. Why is it so different down here? Why does it have to be elaborate? Why I don't? Is there an explanation for why it must be special?
It's just, I think that comes down to the standard of beauty. The standards of beauty in different places, they vary from place to place. If you're talking about Asian weddings or Arab weddings, you see that all of them look the same. Some of them show off a lot, very blingy dresses, a lot of transformational makeup where they look nothing like themselves.
Right.
And then you have like your Western type of makeup where it's very natural. And then also, it also filters down to the choice of the bride.
Right.
It boils down to the person, the individual. It's what their wish is. It's what their vision is, what their understanding of that perfection is. If they are comfortable in their skin and their skin is good enough to look beautiful and natural, then why not have a Meghan Markle kind of look?
Okay.
Obviously, the environment allows for it, and she's coming from the royal family as well. I don't think they are going to want her to look like an Instagram bride.
Right.
You know what I
So.
mean?
Now, talking about Instagram brides, what are the ranges you have, or what are the packages you have? Because I know there are some packages that is bride and mother, or bride and bridesmaids. What are the packages that normally go into wedding makeup for the whole train?
Well, because of our culture, so we have usually for the traditional wedding or engagement, we still consider her a bride, So we have a package where usually that one is usually either, most of the time I would get requests for just the lady doing the traditional marriage, the bride to be, and her mother, or just the bride herself, because those ones don't usually involve a lot. But because I have makeup artists that also work under me, so sometimes as a team, we end up taking care of the girls that come out with her for the engagement, her family, whether it's sisters or stuff like that, and friends. So the packages range from a minimum of like 3,000 Ghana cedis, and then it builds up depending on what kind of
the men are laughing. The men are all going. The men are all going on the couch. So what? From 3,000 and above, so it can go as high as 10,000 for makeup. Can it go as high as 10,000?
If you have that kind of entourage, yes, as a group. Now, I couldn't make that on my own by myself. I think
you would have to get other people.
But then, as a team, you can definitely do that. Yes.
Alexandrina, let me ask you
because that would involve doing makeup for the bride, the mother, maybe an auntie, the kids, the girls, So when you start racking up the numbers, I mean, work is work and pay is pay. So you got to get paid if that's what you want.
I thank God that you've hit the nail right on the head, because that's where I'm coming to. Do you think that people are cutting their coats according to what they have when it comes to wedding makeup? Do you think people pay up? Do you think people are forcing too much? Have you ever been paid in full, or people still owe you?
No, thank goodness I haven't had a bride that comes to me and has wasted my time. Well, more like has not paid me and I've had any issues. I mean, as a makeup artist, there are always safety nets. And I think with the other vendors as well, such as agreements, deposits, the fine print with non-refundable deposits and stuff. So no matter what, I mean, at the very least, you are guaranteed to get some sort of payments. But I haven't had any bride in my experience that hasn't paid me in full before.
You are lucky.
But I have heard of experiences of makeup artists in Ghana and abroad that have had issues with brides don't pay. I have a very funny story where one makeup artist in the UK had a bride that said they were going to pay him the day after, or because they didn't have enough cash on them, and he literally wiped half her face off. So I thought that was crazy.
Wiped half of her face off because she couldn't cut her coat according to her size?
Yep.
Wow. Alexandrina, I think you're a blessed makeup artist, or maybe because you're a celebrity makeup artist, because I don't think that's the same story here, is it?
No.
That's not the same story here. Now, let me just go to the past and then I'll come.
I think so, guys.
Well, you'll be listening to them. Pastor Salasi.
Yes.
All these that we are talking about, 100,000 deco, makeup 10,000, 3,000 and above, photography. I didn't even ask you how much you charge. What's the least you charge for a pre-wedding photo shoot?
For pre-wedding, it's 500 cedi.
Oh, so for how many photos? For how many photos?
For, say, 10.
For 10 photos.
Yeah.
So that's the pre.
Yeah.
Now, so engagement, wedding, and wedding reception, all of that's inclusive. How much are we looking at?
Okay, so it ranges from 4,000 to 8,000.
That's for you.
Yeah.
That's what you charge.
Yeah.
And let's say the ceremony is today. How long does it take for me to get my photos?
Well, we normally tell you to exercise patience, because if you rush for your pictures, they're not gonna turn out well. Yeah,
okay.
It's like food. If you rush, you can't rush food to cook fast.
Right, especially jollof.
Yeah.
You can't rush jollof to cook fast.
Yeah, you have to take time for it to cook.
Okay.
And simmer well.
So normally, how long? What's the ETA?
We give them 5 days.
5 days. 5 days after the wedding ceremony?
Yeah, that's for a few pictures for their social media. Then, okay, because some people want to circulate them and thank people around and all that. But then you also tell them that the full album, okay, will be ready, let's say 2-3 weeks time. And it will come with a photo book.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is just photography. We're not even talking videography.
Yes.
So videography is separate.
Separate.
Pastor Salasi.
Yes.
All these elements, photography, videography, dress, makeup, hair, all that decor, does it guarantee the success of a marriage?
It's a big question and a good question to start with.
Thank you.
I think that I've always said that the perfect wedding in quotes doesn't guarantee the best marriage.
Okay.
And I think that this has been as a result of, as a simple word, I just say modernism. Because when you look at how the history of marriages started and weddings, people there are couples who are 70 years in marriage and they didn't have a pre-wedding photo shoot. Not condemn it, because like society has modernized.
And so there are things that have changed today, but I still think that there are most things that are very unnecessary. Because when you look at the things people spend money to do, when they don't have a land, they don't hold their own houses, and you would want to spend 100,000
and they rent cars
and borrow people's money just for a day, and some of them, and you look at the prevalent rate of divorce, it's worse. So you may have a beautiful wedding, everybody may be happy for you, but even in that night in the honeymoon, the problem starts.
That's true.
So for me, I've always been an advocate for simple weddings and humble. It can be very simple and classy.
right
That's what people don't know.
Right.
It can be so.
And you can make that happen, right?
Exactly.
Simple and very classy,
Very classy.
with less than 100,000.
Oh yes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
my touchword in life has always been sobriety. You know, so it can be that classy. Everybody will talk about it. So anybody who comes to me for counseling and for, they will tell you, Pastor Lasselas, you say, just do a nice barbecue, get people to just spend an hour there. It will be, and people go and come and say, I want in the same way this girl did hers. People are, I think that people, the leaders, it's on us, the pastors, who also help people.
So in your estimation, where is this pressure coming from? Is it from you, the church?
So good question. Society.
Okay.
Because the functionalist, the sociologist will tell you that marriage is just not a union of just the two people. It's a society.
Okay.
So somebody has done it, have to do it. That kind of thing we call peer pressure. So I think that the families, and sometimes so society, family, everything, the church, some. So he may be competing with somebody in the church. Somebody had a beautiful wedding. He had a pre-photo, whatever. In fact, some of them. So I think that a society as a whole, because whether we like it or not, one of the things that we should realize that even in pre-modernism time, society was involved. But society didn't put that kind of pressure on us today. But now, with the advent of social media, it made it worse. Exactly. So the modernism was not a problem. But when social media came in, when society, then everybody wanted to compete, everybody wanted to outdo the brother, the sister. So I think as a church, our role is to educate. Our role is to transform lives. So we need to let people, and trust me, churches have started, because recently I saw some churches having a flyer that with 1,000 Ghana, they could organize a very simple, I don't know whether you've seen it also.
I haven't seen it. Okay, 1,000 cities.
1,000 cities. They organize everything, including rings, everything.
Wow.
You know, they try to, because trust me, if God decides to put you together for 50 years, you can remarry again. I tell people that. You can dedicate your marriage again after 10 years, after 5 years, after 20 years.
When more money comes, of course.
Exactly.
Bafo and Obobi, I want to ask you if people are cutting their coats according to their sizes. But Louisa, her full name, Edith Louisa Ofori Sasu. Now, she got married just a week ago. Very simple ceremony. 25 people. We are going to be taking a look at that. And I want to speak to Louisa and ask her why she decided. Is it Corona because the numbers have been reduced, or it was her personal decision? Louisa is joining us on Zoom. Hi, Louisa. If you can hear me, say hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. I'm good.
And congratulations. You are newlywed in town. Congratulations to you, girl.
Thank you.
Now, before we even get into what you did, growing up as a girl, what was your desire for your wedding?
Okay, so I've always wanted a simple but classy wedding, and not necessarily a lot of people being around, because I realized that most of the times we go for weddings, and not just because you want to go, but you have to go to please the people. So sometimes you just go and linger around and then you come back. And so, and moreover to, marriages are sacred, you know.
Right.
So I decided to have a very solemn and sacred wedding. to have people who really love me around,
Right.
not just people I
Anybody.
don't know. Sometimes you see people you don't meet, like if some of the brides you don't even know them. You just go in and just say hi, and I just come back. So I realized that it's not good.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't worth it.
I see. So then,
Yeah.
So then, the numbers could have been 100, as stated by the president, or as advised by the president or the health practitioners. It could have been 75, 50. What informed your number of 25?
Okay, so I'd always wanted a small wedding. So when the president decided to
Ease the
limit the number to
restrictions.
25, was
Yeah.
my advantage. Yeah, because it was my advantage amidst friends and family pressure. Yeah, so I just stuck to 25. That's officially the names I had written down. It was for 25 people. Yeah.
All right. So how
So
many?
it was a good thing.
Okay. So how many from your side and how many from your husband's side?
Okay, we decided to do it 10 each. And then the 5 will be for the makeup artist, the photographer, the caterer, you know. Yeah. So I
Fantastic.
decided to use people who
Wow.
we know, people we already know, so that it will be an intimate thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
an intimate ceremony.
As we go on, Louisa's ceremony will be shown on the screen, so you see the simplicity of what she had on her wedding day. Now, just give me an estimate. So 25 people. Did you have an engagement and a white wedding as well? You had the two.
Yeah, everything on the same day.
And,
Yes,
and the
please.
wedding reception as well.
Yes, please. We decided to have.
Okay, so those are the
plan
pictures. So
was to
those,
have everything
Okay.
on the same day.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your estimation, how much did you spend on this ceremony?
Okay, honestly, it was less than 3,000.
Oh, wow. You just, are you serious? Including makeup, hair, food, and everything? 3,000 Ghana cedis?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, please.
Baffle.
Yeah. We just, it was just chairs and my father's garden. Yeah. Just chairs.
And-
There was no decoration, nothing.
And Pastor Selassie, marriage happened, right?
Exactly.
The bond has been formed.
Exactly.
The union has been blessed.
Yes.
And the marriage is
Yes.
happening. She's happily married in her husband's
Exactly.
home right now. So, Bafo, I don't know what's going on. Are we cutting our quotes according to what are you going through? I know people owe you, and you call people incessantly. Ade, what happens?
What happens is that one, they are being influenced by people around. Even the pastor is going to tell him that them that no, you should do this. No, suffer pa. That's my age. I can't do this. I'm from this family. I can't do such wedding.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, you are bragging and talking, but inside your account, inside your pocket, you have nothing.
Yeah.
And people are thinking that okay, my brother is in America. When I tell I'm going to get married, he will send me
He'll support me.
$500. So not the budget.
Very right.
Without the money not coming. So he has made his wedding gone.
In their
Not
minds
cutting
already.
in. The reason why many people are waiting, they could have taken advantage like this lady to do it around this time.
Yeah.
But it's waiting for when I can get 1,000 people.
People.
And I may think people may support me.
Thank you.
But times have changed.
Yeah.
So take advantage rather of even this season and do it beautiful.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's expecting other people to support.
I'm going to come back to you guys, but Louisa, thank you so much. Edith Louisa Oporisasu, congratulations on your marriage. We wish you all the very best, and we pray that this will work in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you for joining us tonight. Alexandrina is still with us. She is a makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist. So she's still with us here on the couch. You know what? Before we come back to the issues and the troubles, let's take a breather. We'll be right back. This is Lifestyles. We'll be back with more.
Get free swipes and enjoy greater security with a card that turns banking on its head. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
For skin that's dull and dry, Vaseline Cocoa Glow. with pure cocoa and shea butter, blended with micro droplets of Vaseline jelly, revealing glowing radiant skin for glowing radiance.
GHOne Max shrimps, GHOne Max shrimps. Oh, yeah, when it tastes GHOne Max, shrimps and pepper, shrimps and pepper, GHOne Max, shrimps and spices, for your jollof, for your soup, for your shitta, for your stew. Oh, yeah, when it tastes, oh, yeah, when it tastes.
For that preferred taste in all your favorite dishes, use the new GHOne Max 12 grams cube in shrimps, shrimp plus spice, and shrimp plus pepper flavors. GHOne Max. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
I'm just not ready yet. I want to wait a little before getting pregnant again.
Stop worrying and live free. No matter who you are, Lydia has a contraceptive just for you. Choose the Lydia Daily Contraceptive Pill with iron as your regular contraceptive, or the Lydia IUD, a non-hormonal contraceptive for long-term pregnancy prevention. Contact the Lydia Contact Center and let us help you decide how to live free. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Fit Me Foundation from Maybelline, New York. Fits your unique tone and texture. Blurs pores. Stop shine. For your most natural matte. Fit Me Matte and Poreless, only from Maybelline, New York.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
GHOne Max, GHOne Max shrimps, GHOne Max shrimps. Oh, yeah, when it tastes GHOne Max, shrimps and pepper, shrimps and pepper, GHOne Max, shrimps and spices, for your jollof, for your soup, for your shitta, for your stew. Oh, yeah, when it tastes, oh, yeah, when it tastes.
For that preferred taste in all your favorite dishes, use the new GHOne Max 12 grams cube in shrimps, shrimp plus spice, and shrimp plus pepper flavors. GHOne Max.
Oh, yeah, when it tastes, oh, yeah, when it tastes.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Because of my mask these days, even when I smile, you can't see my smile, but I hope that you see the smile in my eyes. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. This is Lifestyles, and we are discussing wedding ceremonies and the pressure to contain the cost implications that come with it. Bafo has been talking, Obobi has been talking, Pastor Salasi has also been talking on the couch, and Alexandrina has joined us already on Zoom on the other side. She is a makeup artist, and I just want to say a big thank you to Vaseline for supporting Lifestyles. Vaseline Cocoa, reveal your natural glow. So if you haven't used Vaseline Cocoa before, I'm recommending that to you this evening. I actually used it before coming into the studio. I'm not lying, not because of TV. Am I glowing? My skin. Alexandrina, can my skin take very good makeup on my wedding day?
It's perfect.
Alrighty. So thank you so much, Vaseline Cocoa, reveal your natural glow. We went on the streets to ask people what they thought about how expensive weddings have become, because believe it or not, especially for you, the gentlemen, most of you out there are afraid to get married. Number one, the list that they give you for the engagement alone is a killer. And when you're able to surmount or surpass that one, now the wedding comes. And the lady says, and I want this. I want Alexandrina to do my makeup. Or I want to fly my makeup artist from Nigeria. You experience that, don't you? I need to fly. No, I don't want anybody from Ghana. No, I want the makeup artist from South Africa. No, this particular person has to do my dress. And sometimes, listen, even on their wedding days, Alexandrina, I'm sure you can bear me witness. You experience brides crying on their wedding days because the slightest thing is going wrong. because something is not happening right. Bear me witness. Am I correct? Alexandrina, can you hear me? Well, I'll come back to her, but let's just go on the streets and let's see what people are also saying about their feelings about weddings these days.
Ati say yes obi abobi say your wedding wakwa kuno obi kwa dem ti yes we kuno ho akwa bobi say kwa wedding kuno ho ade ntia.
One thing is oba na me ne ti sia no be bo wedding so kire na o say wedding ne hu hia no esesika enti no yenya no efia wade se de mpendifo no ye no
titir na wedding ni ho ba say yen manafo na ya ba no na ya fa to ye ho so nti wafa bibi ato ho so na wo ye de aye utumi ye anya by force.
My wedding de me mani nji wo de me ya minim se teba ye kola no ko ube wale a ube kofi o ma no papa oba na busua no matenase no ma wale enu kra ewa won dey sin wedding.
I know some people will go and borrow and do the wedding and then maybe it will even last. So for me, I want my wedding to be simple, very simple.
Me there, my wedding there, I like to make it for big because right now everybody they want 10 shatter. So if you want to do the wedding, for do one big precon. Wedding there, we are my yeah now we say so na wo ye so yeah I say we wedding no be I say yes we are there no do nyamba ho but nyamba hu say obi a one bobra bia no be wedding kasa ho okay yes obi say KG 2020 yeah despite ba no the wedding yeah because of papa bobra man ska wo fie nti obi an kasa ho because obi hu say ska wo fie nti na da me hu say we ohie ni a esoro kasa nko we sikani so esoro kasa nko obi be wedding kese obi kasa ho uni bi
ene bi ni me ho a ne o me ho na me yiso no because me wari wie na me boka be ma ne boka bebre a fie na me ko no ono ana okwa akohwe me enye omu na omu bedidi anom asa no ena ekwa akohwe me enti se me ye ne kese a na se me de me hu ska nyina ye na me ko na be ma na enti me anhwe me a enye ma anya kranke ana ma nkwa aware na kranke.
Yeah, I want it grand but simple. So I wouldn't want to be in debt after my wedding.
You cannot be owing everybody at the wedding. I mean, you see this person, I have to give the makeup artist 2,000 cedis. I have to give the one who baked the cake 5,000 cedis. It won't feel comfortable. So even though you want the day to be a big day, you should also be comfortable and convenient with what you're doing.
Minimum be honest, the same thing. Baby, no. Na be seen a boy, no. I better than swasem. I'm going to meet in Effie. I'm more 12 in the chrome.
Kai, that's what they were saying. A camera for be pasta. Or did you go or you or did the boxer your boy down Mukoko? Have it Bemba de Gracias near Okobo Busen by Genesika. That's what send the boxer by force no peer. To be no more Maji, what this career wedding and now look around me the brain encounter we say the way they are talking to me so it wasn't easy at all.
Listen, we are not in any way downplaying big weddings if or when you can afford it. If you can afford it and you want to spend lavishly on your day's event is entirely up to you. But you know something? The masses, the greatest percentage of the populace are not able to afford what we call perfect weddings. That's why we are having this discussion. And you can clearly see it on the streets. Many people are not cutting their coats according to their sizes. Yeah. And that's why there's so much pressure to get married. Now in the church, I'm sure so many young men run away from it because the cost involved is way too much. Now, tell me, because of social media, my cake has to be hanging from the ceiling. I have to cut it like the way Kenzie 20. I remember someone mentioned Kenzie. That thing trended, eh? Yeah, it was everywhere. And now because of trending, what do we go through because of trending?
You know, it's like my wedding was this. I'm trending for the past. The last night I came, I told you that, you know, someone could do the wedding this week, and he will trend for like a week or two. He will go and look for a blogger to blog it back. So the wedding day was
for the photo or the
photos and the videos
to trend again.
Yes, to keep it trending.
Way back in one good journalist here. Those times you had Unique Flora was at
trade fair.
Yeah, trade fair. No, not trade fair.
Elwak, yes.
You know, you go there, you have your invitation and everything. Before you go there, you have your table and everything. I remember, I think she's still in the journalism something. You know, after that, you go and log in on the. That was my first time knowing that after wedding, you go and log in on the computer. By then, we didn't have laptops, and you have to go to cafe.
And go and log what in?
Log your name and other things before you go to her wedding.
The attendees.
Yes.
Attendees.
And after
so
the
if
pictures
you're
and everything.
attending her wedding, if you're confirming that you come, you have to go to an internet cafe.
Oh, yes.
To go and log your name in that you attended before.
And when you get there and your name is not on the table, must have forget to be one thing.
But I think that helps in cutting costs and also.
Yeah. No, her wedding was those days. That was way back in the early 2000s.
Is she still married?
Yeah.
She's still married.
Yeah.
Okay, fortunately.
I don't know. I can't remember. I can't lie. I can't remember. You know.
Oh my God.
So by then, I was young by then, but those days was calm. All the top musicians were there. I know someone here in Ghana that I wouldn't mention that Wizkid from wherever, Kojenchi,
from wherever came,
Daddy Lumba, gospel musicians. You know, when it's time for this music, we want it to perform it live. Okay. No fakeness. They don't show fake.
Okay.
You know, we had to go to Lagoon to cut the cake and where did our friend went?
The marriage didn't last.
It didn't last.
Wow.
Because the lady had pride. The lady thought they had money. The guy thought they had money. So they weren't submissiveness and love in the whole thing. End of the day, you know, we went down.
Louisa used 3,000 for her wedding. Is it truly possible that you can?
It is, madam. I have a boss called Christianes. He says there's nothing impossible.
Okay.
And also one
Okay, so it's possible.
It's possible
to have a whole wedding ceremony. 25 people, let's say 30 people with 3,000.
You know, everything stands on the number of people. It's being calculated by the number of people when it comes to ours.
So then, what makes it expensive? Is it the decor, the number of spoons on the table, the flour, the this?
Yes.
So what?
If this one is 2 cities.
Okay.
By 100 people. Glass by 100. This by everything by 100 people. That is what you have to bear in mind. That you are hosting each person. So you have to sit down and ask yourself that, okay, I'm paying 25 cedis for food for one person. The chair is 2 cedis. This is cedis. So one person, I'm spending about 50 cedis on one person. Times 500 people.
And most of the time, we don't even know all the people.
You know? You don't know, you know, first when I'm going to a place, I don't go alone. Because the person that I'm going for his or her ceremony is the person having the wedding.
Exactly.
Who am I going to talk to?
Yeah.
I need
so
to
you
go
have
to
to
a
go
friend.
with a friend.
Yeah. So my friend, no, my friend is uninvited. But he has
It's called all are cordially invited.
So on the MC will say, after the photo this and that, the other people who are all cordially, they should come and take their pictures, you know. All those people do, and they just want to come to the pictures, and those people dance and drink more than anyone.
The people who don't even know the bride.
Because you know, that he has no shame or he doesn't know anyone.
He doesn't know anybody.
He doesn't know anybody. So, okay, you've invited me to a wedding. I need to show some respect. So I need to play some gentility.
Yeah.
But this person doesn't know you. After the wedding, he will drink and eat and just pour things. You know, and it's sort of unfortunate that even if the napkin gets lost, you have to pay.
I'll pay for it.
Because it was rented.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Is it not called wedding?
Yes, it's called a
wedding.
wedding.
End of the day, you know, we don't have a special wedding for.
We don't even have an award ceremony for wedding.
Best wedding.
So best wedding or second wedding of the year.
You know, it has a name called wedding. Whether glam, luxurious, whatever, it's called wedding.
In fact, the emphasis should be marriage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's working. Because there's a day. So the 3,000 can work.
It can work.
So what? You were telling me something. People are driving in cars that they don't even own themselves. They want to sit on a chair that they don't even have.
Yeah,
is that what happens?
I'm telling you.
It happens.
I am a living witness. I'm not lying, and I don't lie. I went for a friend's wedding. The wedding was so beautiful. Sister, everything, let me say, it was on point. By then I used to sing. I wasn't in this decor
business.
Yeah. So I sang at the church. Protocol. We went for one of the great places in Accra. We went for the reception. It was so beautiful. Sunday we had a lunch. It's like everything was beautiful. So nearly couple. I know that from this wedding maybe they were moving to Trasako or Airport Hills. Nice place. So after a year or two, I was just passing by. They live at Ashoman. I didn't so. Yo. When you get here, left that I went there. When I got them.
Why? Their house wasn't beautiful?
Is that where these guys are living? I'm not sure. I did like this. You know?
And they had the most glamorous wedding.
And everything beautiful. They sold dresses for people. Some people go to the store sewing dresses for guys to follow them.
Yeah.
The engagement, the kaftan and everything. They sold for them.
That reminds me. Let me come to Alexandrina. Alexandrina, you and I are the females. You know when WhatsApp groups are created for the bridesmaids, we need to be in this gilly. We need this specific makeup artist to come and do the makeup. The shoes must be silver or it must be gold. And many a time, fights, pie on the WhatsApp group, we are fighting. At the end of the day, now they are married and gone, and we are not even talking to each other. Have you experienced anything like that?
Not that aggressive though, but yes, I think anywhere where more than one woman is gathered, there's bound to be some, clash, especially when it has to do with beauty and style. But one thing I wanted to say is, relating to the topic is that, beauty, perfection is relative. Right. It changes from every individual.
Right.
Sometimes you realize that weddings are a group effort where it is the husband to be and then the bride to be, the husband and wife. So they are making decisions together. Sometimes you find that families are making decisions for the couple to be married. Someone else is calling the shots and saying, no, I want you to have this person. Or the bride's mother is saying, no, I want you to have this or that and I'm paying for it. Other times you find that it's one half of the couple that is bearing a lot of the pressure or making all the decisions. So maybe either the husband is in the back or the wife is in the back and the husband is calling the shots. But either way, I think when we're talking about the wedding industry, that's why it's called an industry. As vendors, we thrive off it, we make money of it, we make a living of it. But it's down to the couples, it's down to the people getting married to say, okay, this is what we're buying into. Some people buy into these dream weddings where it's not their reality. It's for that day, for that period of time, they want to be in this world and they are going to make it happen no matter the cost. As to whether they have the money or not, that is up to them. But there are other people too that are on the other side that have the money and do these lavish weddings. And then there are other people that are either on either sides that still have simple things because they want to cherish the union. They want to make it a memory for themselves. And it is not about the people and it's not about the clothes. It's like they're very intimate. Like how Louisa said, it was 25 people and she kept the cost down. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't depend on anybody else but the couple saying, I want this type of wedding and these are the vendors I'm going to put in. Because you have vendors who can do a wedding for 3,000 and you have vendors who can do a wedding for $500,000, I'm sure.
Right.
So it's not, the decision nobody is pressuring you into it. Of course, society adds to it. But then if you want to trend, then you know the vendors you are going for. You don't go for a vendor like me if you want to trend, unfortunately. Because I'm not somebody that, and I'm saying this in all honesty. I'm not the person that is like showing you see I post behind the scenes and I post my bride sometimes months after the day.
Yes, way
because
after.
I'm not buying into the hype. I'm not buying into the hype. A lot of times the vendors will post things, the videos, the behind the scenes, and you see my name there. You come on my page, you not see anything because I don't promise you a trend. I'm not part of that. Sometimes it happens naturally, but my brides don't come to me. But there are brides and grooms and families that want certain vendors because they are going to make them trend on social media. And that is what they want.
Wow.
You can't fault them for it if they are going to pay for it.
Wow. Alexandrina, you have been married before. Please advise us to cut costs. In your estimation, what do you think we can do to cut costs when it comes to weddings?
Wow, I would say that numbers are one of the things. Vendors start because the vendors have different categories. So you have, your top-notch kind of niche vendors that service the clientele that are in the upper class. You have, vendors, we're known to work with any budget, to be honest. But you still have those that are a little bit more expensive, and you have those that are more, towards the middle class or the lower income brackets. So it starts with which vendor you choose. So if you choose smartly, you'll be able to save some coins. Okay. Secondly, obviously, is the numbers, because every number, then after the vendors, your numbers are the next thing that multiply your cost. Because if food is going to be, let's say, 200 CDs per person with one vendor, it could be 50 CDs per person with another, and that's a huge cost if you're talking about hundreds of people. And most of the time, you realize that the traditional weddings and the church weddings with the receptions have hundreds, sometimes 500 people. Sometimes I've heard of weddings with 1,000 people, and I'm thinking, what do you need those people there for? It's not my cup of tea. So I think cutting costs starts with the couple's decision. Then you're talking about the vendors you choose, and obviously the numbers that you want around you on your special day.
Okay, those are some very good points that she made. Cutting down on 1,000 people at a wedding.
Oh yes.
Why? What do you need that for?
Well, you see, we're in a society where people are in a hurry to impress people. Okay, like, you just want your friend to see that, you've done something. Yeah, they just want that hype. So people will do anything to get that. But that is not what will sustain the marriage. Okay, we focus too much on the wedding day.
And we forget totally about the marriage itself.
Yes.
Now, she mentioned something about trending. So there are some particular vendors that we will always patronize because say, wait dear, if I use the person, I'm definitely going to trend.
Some people will come on board. It's like bloggers will come on board.
But there are equally good vendors out there who can get you a much easier or less expensive wedding, and that would be equally good as well.
Thank you.
But we don't want those ones.
No. And I think, Cookie, one thing that we should notice is if we advise, and her points were valid, adding to my brother's own here, I think that it's an issue of the structure of our society. When we're off break, was just discussing with my brother here that what today we call engagement, we pick from somewhere. It used to be just me and you, I give you my ring. What we are calling engagement today. But when society modernized, engagement now it's a whole event on its own. Because engagement should have been like, I just get a ring, I propose to you, and we have a dinner, and that's all. But now you look at how we have put in the structure. The engagement must be big, the wedding must be bigger. Exactly.
Wow.
So I think that we with this whole, as society is going on, the church, we have a role to play. Some of us, what we do, and like, well, seriously, that 3,000 is possible. Because people come to me and I tell them that, listen, this is your church. And the way our people who have come to some of our services will see, eventually, sometimes we put only 2 flowers now. Because very beautiful colors, we've designed it for that structure.
Already.
So they don't need
much
to spend. So I say, okay, you know something? Don't serve food. Do barbecue.
Right.
And in fact, those who hear me, they go and come and thank me. Because somebody, I think one philosopher said something. Why spend money to impress somebody who doesn't really even like you?
Right.
So someone will come and eat your food and even go and say the food they served was not nice.
And they do it all the time.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Let's take a break and then we'll come back and wrap up on this note. So this is still like all right, since you're back now.
Best thing, I'm the new best thing, better than you've ever seen. I'm the new best thing. I bring that ching, ching, ching. Yeah, I'm the new best thing. I'm the new best thing.
Discover new Silky Guinness Smooth. Perfectly balanced for a smooth, refreshing taste. New Guinness Smooth.
For skin that's dull and dry, Vaseline Cocoa Glow with pure cocoa and shea butter. Blended with micro droplets of Vaseline jelly, revealing glowing, radiant skin. For glowing radiance.
It was unbelievable.
When she walked into the room, I left. She came back inside again. That was when I was like, whoa. It's hard to tell people that they smell.
My friends are kind of fast. I couldn't communicate to them, but in my head I'm like, nice girl, like why do you smell like this?
Discover the new Nivea body oil in lotion. Precious Nivea oils need deeply moisturizing lotion in rich cherry blossom, vanilla, and rose scents for silky smooth and beautifully glowing skin. New Nivea body oil in lotion. Awaken your senses.
GHOne Max shrimps, GHOne Max shrimps. Oh, yeah, when it tastes GHOne Max, shrimps and pepper, shrimps and pepper, GHOne Max, shrimps and spices, for your jollof, for your soup, for your shitta, for your stew. Oh, yeah, when it tastes, oh, yeah, when it tastes.
For that preferred taste in all your favorite dishes, use the new GHOne Max 12 grams cube in shrimps, shrimp plus spice, and shrimp plus pepper flavors. GHOne Max. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Fit Me Foundation from Maybelline, New York. Fits your unique tone and texture. Blurs pores. Stop shine. For your most natural matte. Fit Me Matte and Poreless, only from Maybelline, New York.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back from the break, and we are grateful to Vaseline Cocoa for supporting Lifestyles. We've been discussing weddings and the cost implications, and you are making a very important point before we left.
I think that as people should understand that this has been a very educative program, because the frequencies, the more weddings we can have, the more my brother here, photography and events and other things can be
make
more
money, yeah.
But rather, if there are people who owe them, who cannot pay, and there are people in church who are afraid to get married because of the standards. So I always tell them that, no, come, it can be done simply for you. So I think that as we are bringing the show to an end, let's encourage beautiful, classy, simple weddings. Cut the numbers, 50, 100, 200, 150. With that one, every week, my brother here is taking somebody's photography, and he will be charging you some cool 500, 400, 600. It's cool. Then you wanting to do something that will take you 100,000. So I think that this rather will increase, and for us, where we are coming from, it would reduce promiscuity and other things, vices in the society. Because a lot of people are ready to marry, but they can't marry because of the cost.
Bobby, your last words to us.
So, this is not to discredit anyone's job. I know, photography is a lot of work. You see, it's not. We're not demeaning anyone's job, okay? It's very expensive, the years we use, the time, the years we use in learning and everything, okay? But we're not saying don't get married. Just cut your coat according to your size, okay? If you need photography, approach the person. Let the person know your budget. Exactly. Okay? But don't overspend, okay, don't overspend. You're a young person. You're now coming up. You don't need to break your backs to impress people for just one day or some 2 days.
Or some 2 weeks of trending.
Yes.
Or some 1 week
trending for what? Trending for what? We worry ourselves too much. Okay, life is very simple, but we complicate it. It's very simple.
Buffalo.
Yeah, we love our jobs.
I wanted to ask you this question. Do you still have albums in your possession that they haven't come for because they owe you?
Unfortunately not.
Oh, then you guys are fortunate.
Yes.
Alexandrina is fortunate. You are.
Yeah.
Oh, dear, why? Is it because the decor is more expensive?
Yeah, you know.
Is it more expensive than all the other elements?
Yeah, because yes, it's expensive because we are doing all the people.
Right.
Everything times the number of people, the chairs and everything are by the number of people. You know.
Okay.
We love our job. We want to do it. We are not discouraging. We are not destroying someone's job. But the whole thing is, if you have 10 cities, do something according to the 10 cities.
Exactly.
So that we all will have our peace.
Exactly.
I don't want to sit where by Monday morning I'll be sending you a text message. You say, oh, I'll call you back.
And they'll send you 50-50.
They'll send you
You were telling me that they can send you 50 cities. Momo.
100 cities. So, Brian Munye, who asked you to do that? I am willing to work for you. I am a vendor. I don't want to destroy my job.
Exactly.
That is what I do for living. It's a full-time job. I can't come and sit here and spoil or destroy my job.
Right.
But what I'm saying here is, whatever your money is, please cut your coat according to
your
it.
size.
So that tomorrow or the next day you wouldn't be called. We wouldn't give you any pressure. You wouldn't, so, you know, at a point in time, you have to go to a bride's mother to go and tell her that, Mommy, for so long, we don't like it that way.
Yeah.
But you guys are pushing us to the wall. We also have families to look after. Yeah. So what do you have to do? You have to, because I've worked. I've gone for people's chairs and cutleries, and I have to pay them. They think you've paid me, but I know you've not paid me.
And the painful part is when they're walking away from the wedding and then they pick the cutlery and put it in their bags. And these are people you don't even know from anywhere. They'll take the glass, put it in their bag, pick the cut. Alexandrina, I'm so sorry I have to cut you because there's no time. Alexandrina, you're on the other side. Your last words before we say goodbye. She says, wow.
I'm just laughing about the cup incident. But on a serious note, I think the wedding brides, brides to be and husbands to be out there. I think the message here is the wedding doesn't make a marriage.
It doesn't.
The marriage is up to the two individuals. We are influenced by society and all sorts, but you cut your coat according to your size. Research on the options. There are things like civil wedding that are very simple. There are things like small gatherings. It does not have to be in the hundreds or the thousands. There's also options like having a small traditional wedding or engagement, as we call it, and then doing your signing there.
Right.
Or you do a religious ceremony church and you sign, and because sometimes people put 2 or 3 things together and just stress themselves for nothing. So I think the couples that want to get married shouldn't be scared. Don't forget that the things that catch our attention and are popular, it's because of these trending things that we see them every time we open our phones and look on the weekend things, and we are somehow hooked on it because we follow the news and we follow the trend. So they shouldn't be scared of that. They should make their own lives based on what they have and make beautiful memories for themselves, because the real cost is in starting a family and bringing up children.
Right.
So
Alexandrina Dawn Arthur, makeup artist extraordinary. Extraordinary. Thank you so much thank you so much for joining us this evening. Pastor Selassie Adai, thank you. Emmanuel Obobi Bequin. Yes, I got it right this time. And then Bafo and Ketia Sapon, wedding planner. He's a photographer. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, remember, I need to say this before we go. When you are in your bedrooms fighting with your partner, when you're sleeping on the bed with each other's backs turned towards each other and you're not talking, nobody posts that one on social media. Nobody will post when you don't have money to pay your school fees, but everybody else is posting the flashy things. Be wise when you're planning your wedding. Plan for yourself, your family, and your children. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Next week, same time at 9 p.m., we'll be here. But tomorrow at 4 p.m., there'll be a rerun of the same show on GHOne TV. Thank you, and God bless you. Sit down and watch TV, tune into GHOne.